In 1981, the show Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends debuted. It focused on a college-age Peter Parker attending the fictional Empire State University and living with his elderly Aunt May. Two of his college friends, Bobby Drake and Angelica Jones, rent rooms in Aunt May's house, and they are secretly the mutant superheroes Iceman and Firestar. Together with Spider-Man, they form a team known as the Spider Friends. Now fast forward to the 1990s, far before the internet was the viable source of instant information that it is today. If you wanted to keep up with the latest and greatest in action figures, you would look no further than ToyFare magazine. It was the source for anything and everything in the world of action figure collecting, and it was so popular they started doing exclusive mail-away figures you could only get through the magazine. Toy Biz was one of the main partners providing these exclusive figures, and during this time, ToyFare released Marvel characters such as Wonder Man and Bullseye. But you already know why we're here. Today, we're checking out Spider-Man's amazing friend, Firestar, here on KREED'S Collection. Hey, welcome back to another episode of KREED'S Collection. Today we're checking out Firestar from the 1998 ToyFare exclusive mail-aways by Toy Biz. And this is her original bag, as she has never been opened. There's really not much to it, it's just a sealed clear bag, so we're going to go ahead and bust her out of this right now. I do want to point out that the bag is already torn though, her foot kind of poked through right here, so I feel like it's already open. That hole is actually right on the seam, so we'll just go ahead and tear very carefully right here. There we go. And let's release her now. All right, oh, there she is, free of her plastic prison at last. Angelica Jones, aka Firestar, was created specifically for the show Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, as originally they had planned to use the Human Torch, but he was tied up in other licensing agreements. Nothing like Marvel today. Spider-Man Sony. Excuse me. During development, some other names considered for Firestar included Heatwave, Starblaze, and Firefly. Firestar's first appearance was in the very first episode of the show, titled The Triumph of the Green Goblin, from September 12th, 1981. And her first comic appearance was a Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends adaptation in December of 1981. Firestar is a mutant with the ability to store ambient electromagnetic energy, which she can project and manipulate for different effects, like forming a microwave aura around herself, allowing a host of powers from flight and blasts of heat to literally cooking things just by focusing on it. A pretty good skill for a starving college student. Hey Firestar, I'm so glad you're a member of the team. I could really use your help right now. Thanks, Spidey. What's up? Is Dr. Doom running amok? Magneto at it again? Has the Green Goblin returned? No, it's even worse. The microwave is broken again and I'm starving. Can you heat up some frozen burritos? I'm joining the X-Men. I don't blame you, Firestar. Professor X is rich. So you can see there's some pretty cool details going on the figure here, like the flames on her gloves that transition into the yellow. And there's some minor detailing like around her neck here and also around her waist where her belt is. Her right hand is molded open for shooting heat blasts, and her left hand is a fist for punching out her enemies. As we come further down the figure, you can see she has some pretty well detailed boots, and they have the same fire transition effect as the gloves. But I have to say, I really do like these. The detailing on the front here looks pretty great. As we come around to the back side of the figure, you can see that she has a crazy hair sculpt. I mean, you could probably tell that already, but you can really see it from the back. The texturing and detail here is pretty incredible, and I can't think of another figure Toy Biz put out in this era that put so much effort into the hair. But that leads us to one of the minor complaints of the figure. Sadly, the hair gets in the way of the arms. So when you go to pose them like so, you can see they will not go back any further than basically right beside her body. And it's the same way on this side as well. As a matter of fact, you can't even lift this arm up any further than that because the hair's in the way. Also, her right arm, when you go to put it down, the hair holds it out like this. So that's almost as straight as you can make it. And as you can see, it still sticks out pretty far. However, I still like the figure. Even though the hair is in the way, it looks great. And we're just going to roll straight into Firestar's articulation. Her knees have a 90-degree bend. There you go. Not bad. Pretty standard. Her hips also can bend up, and they go up to about a 90 as well. Now, the figure leg can't go back very far, as you can see, but that's okay. Her arms have a great shoulder joint that allows it to swivel up and around like so, kind of like a G.I. Joe figure, and you didn't see this on Toy Biz figures very often. Also, she has a 90-degree elbow bend, but her hair is in the way, so she cannot turn her head at all. And that covers all the points of articulation for Firestar. On the bottom of Firestar's foot, you see a copyright date of 1996 Marvel, made in China. And now for our He-Man size comparison. Firestar actually measures up pretty nicely with He-Man. I feel like she would cross over well. And you know what? She'd be no surprise to He-Man because he is already used to women who can fly and have magical abilities. And here's Firestar with the 1994 Toy Biz Web Shooter Spider-Man. And I know what you're thinking. Where's Iceman? Well, I'm going to save the group shot for when I do his retrospective. So you have that to look forward to. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my toy retrospective for Firestar from the 1998 ToyFare mail-away exclusives by Toy Biz. Spider-Man and his amazing friends made a huge impact on me as a child. Between my comics I inherited from elder brothers and my Migos and this show, this was pretty much how I was introduced to the Marvel Universe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a thumbs up. And while you're at it, please leave a comment. I love reading and responding to them. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help my channel grow. I do a retrospective on a toy from my vintage collection every Wednesday. So hope to see you next week and every week after, here on KREED'S Collection.